Welcome to another collective reading with me. I am gonna get right into this reading. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you've been part of this channel, welcome back. So, looking at my soul telling oracle deck. So let's get some messages out here. Ooh, got life, joy, rebirth, and growth. So somebody is certainly starting over. So there's something ended in this person's life where they're starting over. No. Somebody's getting a second chance at life. At a happy life. Pressure. Ooh. Got pain, anxiety, and discomfort. So somebody was going through a lot of this, or this is like the tail end of it. They're going through this rebirth process, and it is very uncomfortable. They're going through some pain and anxiety, is feeling some pressure, but that's because certain things are ending, you know. If you want something different in your life, because the way energy works is that it can't be destroyed or created. So it's being transferred, it's being transmuted. But the thing is, with the law of attraction, if you're asking for something new, something different, that means it's not aligned with what you currently have. And in order for that new thing to come into your life, you have to make space for it. But it cannot exist in that space of misalignment. So the things in your life that are not aligned with that frequency of what it is you're asking for, those things are going to be removed. Either you're going to have to remove them, and if you fail to remove them, but you keep trying to manifest this higher vibrational thing, this higher vibrational timeline, it's like you're going to be ejected from that low vibrational timeline if you choose to try to hold on to those things, right? And it's going to be uncomfortable. But it's like the pressure, the discomfort is what forces you to move and leave behind the things that are no longer for you, the things that are keeping you restricted. Oh, well, that card flew out, so I am gonna take it. So it came out in reverse, and it says time, forgetfulness, scars, accumulation. There's no more time. The pressure has built up. There's some scars from past experiences. Someone was resisting change because they're acting from a place of hurt. They've had these scars that were built up to protect them. So it's like there's fear here, fear of being hurt again. A lot of things have accumulated: hurt, pain, life experiences, memories, all of them not good, but it's time. This person has run out of time, right? So we got black hole. So they've been attracted to this new timeline. They have to go through this portal. It's pulling them, but they're scared of the unknown. So this might be a whole new timeline, but this could also represent a person in their life, a person who's come into their life, who's like showing them this new life, this new timeline that's available to them, but it's unpredictable, it's new, and just because it's new or it's unpredictable doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just, it feels scary because you've never done it before, and that's fine because you're asking for something you've never had before. It's like this person wants something new, but they want to also stay in their comfort zone. Right. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Fair. So it's dark, unknown, and uneasy. So this is someone who is definitely not okay with change. They typically do not embrace change. They run. This is someone who runs from things they don't understand. They run from change. Anything that makes them uncomfortable or uneasy here with this. But I feel this person's been forced to sit in this discomfort. I'm not sure. Something has happened in their life where they can no longer run from things that make them uncomfortable, run from the truth, run from what's being shown to them, run from what they have to heal from. So I feel these scars here is that these are unhealed wounds, if you can say. Like the scars have formed, but what's underneath, the infection, etc., has not healed. So it was not properly treated. So it's maybe somebody who just repressed things and allowed time, think that things are just going to disappear, get better with time. They just ignore it. But it's like they're no longer being allowed to do that anymore. And with this new moon in Cancer coming up, intense. Cancer is all about the emotions. So that's a whole lot of water energy, a lot of moon energy. The moon is definitely at home in this sign. So things that this person has repressed, feelings, emotions, all this stuff is going to be coming back up. So we got competent, requirements, tasks, challenges. This person has run from these challenges, run from the unknown, run from things related to their feelings, because it's like, I don't want to say they lack emotional intelligence, but essentially that's what it comes down to. And it's because this person has never really sat with their emotions before. They don't know how to handle heavy emotions. They typically run from it. But now they're being forced to sit with it, and it's a lot for them. They're having to deal and heal things that they have not really looked at in the past. They really want to run, but there's nowhere to go. So the challenge is having this new life, right? This rebirth growth. It's a lot, you know. There's some requirements, there's some tasks and challenges they need to. I feel like at some point this person may have been offered these opportunities many times, and the reason they run is because, again, it's unpredictable, but they didn't feel competent. They feel like they can't do it. Like they don't know what to do. They are not feeling in control when this is happening. So they just run. I saw curse on the bottom of this. Okay, so what we got? This flipped over, says broken. Disappointment, disillusionment, heartbreak. Ooh. So I got a broken mirror. This is what this person's been running from. They don't want to deal. There's heartbreak and stuff that's been going on, but instead of dealing with it, they hide it. They push it down. They form these scars over it, but never really heal what's under the scarring. So whatever has happened in this person's life that's forcing them to sit with this and to heal all of this, it has a lot to do with some heartbreak and disillusionment. They're disappointed with something, but I feel this is something that they chose or they built from a place of hurt, from a place of the ego was trying to protect them. They built something on an unsteady foundation or a false foundation. And that may be the tower moment that they're facing. that thing maybe crumbling or have crumbled. They're definitely feeling broken. But I do feel like this person may have met someone who showed them that the scars that they have, show them the broken parts, the broken pieces, the disappointment. It reflected it back to them, the broken mirror. And it could also just be that they were in a relationship with someone who was this broken mirror. What this person was reflecting to them was not real. So that is the false foundation that they built on. It's like this person was reflecting their broken parts and they identified with that. It's kind of like trauma bonding. Days, ooh. So there's definitely some fog. We got consider, foolish, hesitate. And it's falling right on the black hole where something's unpredictable, as a secret. They hesitated to take this path because it was unpredictable. It's not something they felt they had control over. They didn't have control over the outcome, no matter how much it was pulling to them, how much they were attracted to it. They went a different route. Interesting. I think I'm gonna. All right, so we have moon on the bottom here, tenderness, change, tide. So this new moon going into the full moon, this moon cycle that's happening here, this change that's happening, it is definitely a change happening in this person's life, in their mind, in their heart. But evergreen, something's evergreen. It doesn't die. But that could also be related to Christmas season too. But maybe that's significant for someone. Something's gonna be happening in Christmas season. There's a change that's coming in Christmas around this time in the winter. But with the tide, the moon pulls on the tide. There is definitely something or someone who's pulling this person like that. They're tied to this energy. And that's probably where this pain and discomfort is coming from, this anxiety. They're so drawn to this, but it's like they were putting up resistance to it. It's an uncomfortable feeling where they feel like they have no control over their feelings, their emotions. All right, focus. Serious, sensitive, concerned. Yeah, they're very concerned. They were concerned because they're just so focused on this thing. And more so, I'm starting to really believe this is a person. Very concerned about how focused they are on this energy that's pulling them. But again, this is something about smoothing out the rough edges. Or someone being rough around the edges. Maybe this person is rough around the edges and they're concerned about why they're so drawn to this person. Maybe this person's not typically their type. Interesting. Or they may feel like they're rough around the edges. Anyway, something has rough edges. Ooh, so we got old. Memories, experiences, and history. Got a lantern. Okay. So there's this old memories that's resurfacing for this person, especially with this moon. There's this old memories that's resurfacing. Those things need to be healed. Past experiences, those are things that need to be healed. But those are things that they suppressed and buried. They tried to forget it. Interesting. But I also feel there is some history between them and this person. There's history there. But what we got? Okay. So we got day, decision, wholeness, restart. Yeah. And we got a cup of tea. And then we have fatigue, break, timeout, halftime. So this person, they're exhausted. I mean, yeah, fighting change, it's like fighting the inevitable, because change is literally the only constant in life. And if they're fighting change, they're fighting all this, yeah, it's exhausting. You're fighting a losing battle. But they're also tired of all the changes and stuff that's been going on in their life, which the suffering, this exhaustion is just coming from them resisting. So they've had to make a decision and let what's trying to leave their life leave. Someone who's basically learning to go with the flow. Go where the tide pulls them, really. Whew. So for some of you, I feel like this person has, what you call it? If this is someone you're connected to, they may have been in a place of solitude lately. They're taking a break from your connection because they're exhausted. They got a lot going on. And I feel that's one of the things they may have been fighting, their feelings, this connection. They're exhausted. And this is not just like oh, I didn't get enough sleep. It's not a kind of exhaustion that sleep can fix. This is a deep-seated exhaustion in their cells, in their soul, like almost in their DNA type thing. This is not something that sleep is gonna fix. All right, so fire, enthusiasm, struggle, hope. This person is being guided to take action, but they do need to replenish their energy spiritually, mentally, emotionally. They need to replenish. This is someone who is burnt out. They're drained. If you've been feeling drained lately, there is like some major shifts that's going to be coming in for you. You need to rest. But whatever actions you need to take is going to require courage and strength. Whatever actions this person needs to take is going to require courage and strength. And they need to rest. They need to replenish. But I'm feeling this person's been through something recently. And it feels like it's been some things, not just something, but it's like things have been happening back to back to back. It's almost like they need a break from it. They need a break from life. And I'm even wondering like why they have such bad luck lately. But it's not really bad luck. It's like things are realigning in their life so they could have this new start. It's realigning, meaning it's removing things that are false, things that no longer serve them, things that are keeping them limited. Things that are not energetically aligned with this higher timeline that they're trying to manifest, that they've been asking for. This is giving someone who's been suffering in silence. Ooh, wow. But here's got some good news. It says round, consummation, success, the end of struggle is happening here. The end of this change, restructuring of this person's life. Something has been flipped upside down as it was meant to. They have a new outlook on life and what it is they value. The change is complete, or it's coming to an end. But yeah, a cycle has closed out for someone to start this new life. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, we got 1 century. Long, slow, sluggish. All right, so yeah, this just confirms what I said, that they were putting up resistance. It has taken so long for this change to happen. So Rome might be significant to somebody. Maybe that's part of y'all's past life. But yeah, it has certainly taken some time for this change to happen. This person has been pulling off this change for a very, very long time. I will give them that. They're very resilient, very determined. They have certainly been putting up a fight against their destiny. So let me see what else comes out here if I close out this reading. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is just repeating what has already been said. Recalling memories, retention, return. And it's like this person's feeling very vulnerable. If you can see like them in the corner huddled up. The scars, the writing all over them, yeah. Past life scars, past timelines, past experiences in this lifetime. Just things that they've buried. They're recalling all of it. So someone might be feeling very vulnerable right now, where they're like finding themselves crying, memories that they've buried, things they thought that they were over, they're just resurfacing, and all this is coming up for healing and release so that this person can start over this new life. Like I said, I'm not sure what happened for this person, but there is definitely something significant that happened that has forced them in this place where they cannot run from these emotions anymore. They have no choice but to sit with it. So if somebody has been like using work as a distraction, they may have something that happened with their job where they have all the time now. They can no longer use work as a distraction. Might be a shift or a change. Friendly. You got love, harmony, respect. All right. So there is a counterpart. There's also another person who's gone through a change already. This person has started a new life. They've had this rebirth, this growth. So this could be you. And the reason I'm saying that is like this little boy looks a little shorter, a little younger than her. So you may have gone on this journey before this person. And while you're still new, you're still in this new energy, you've had more time on this journey, on this path than them. But the UK might be significant here. But yeah, this connection respect, it's built on love, respect, and harmony. I think that's some of the things that had to be cleansed or cleared for this connection. It's like building on a solid foundation, rebuilding on a solid foundation, things that are aligned with this person's soul, with their highest timeline. All right, so I said I was gonna close it off, but apparently there's something else that needs to come out. So let's see what the cards want to say, what Spirit wants to say to you, wants you all to know. Ooh. Team spirit, goals, interests, communication. So while I can't predict free will, there's communication in the energy. The lines of communication are open. Whether or not that person chooses to do that is entirely up to them. Whether or not you're open to communication is entirely up to you. But I don't know if you like coffee or this person likes coffee. There may be a coffee date involved. They're ready to be a team player. And this may be a completely different person who asks you out on a date. Y'all have shared interests. Whoever this person is that you're meeting up with, y'all have shared interests. Beautiful. Time, thinking, invisible. Somebody's been thinking intensely about this. If this is this person here who's been going through this change, they've been thinking of the right way to say this, what to tell you, what to say, especially if this is someone who like puts some distance between the two of you. Especially if they did it without an explanation. They gotta come up, they gotta tell you, like, how am I gonna say this? They're gonna tell you everything that they've discovered, learned, whatever. There's a lot they want to say. It's like, why have I been invisible? Why have I been ghosting? And notice it says invisible, meaning that they're around. They're around, you just can't see them. Or they're not making themselves known. They might be feeling this person's energy, but somebody has certainly been spending some time in nature, reconnecting with nature. Enterprising spirit, pursuit, achievement, goal. They've been working on some goals, but they feel like they're ready for this communication, like they can do it. When before they didn't. Something about your light, the sun, about being seen was scary for this person. They're like harm. They had to keep their distance. I was like, do not approach. And I get it, the sun can be scorching, the sun can kill you if you spend too much time in there, but this is someone who was not okay with being seen. They are okay with being in the shadows or keeping things in the shadows and dealing with those things that are coming out pretty hard. So I am gonna close it out with some signs, see what signs came out here, who we connecting with.